YouTube, what's happening? We are back for another video, another week. I'm trying to post every week, at least once on YouTube this year as a New Year's resolution. One of my goals for 2026, see if we can keep up with it. So far, so good. But as you can see from the thumbnail, we have 3 easy and simple ways to make your intro 10 times better. All right, by no means, I am no professional. I think I have a clue what I'm doing though. So these are my 3 easy steps just to make your intro a little better. And let's jump right into it. Most people lose viewers in the first 3 seconds of their video. That's why people say in this industry that the first 3 seconds of any kind of video are literally the most important, because you want to catch their attention. You want to basically stop them from scrolling, get them interested, and catch them to watch longer. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're making some kind of like intro, or you know, it could be like them talking, could be just B-roll, etc., is making it too long. It should be short and simple and catchy. So some main points for me is people don't care who you are, what camera you use in this industry. They only care about what they're about to get and see. Your intro doesn't need a better hook, it needs way better visuals. From my personal experience, I think people connect with video way more than they connect with audio, because they're physically watching something and they just want to stay attached to it if they are, you know, enjoying it, if they want to see what's going to happen next, you know, all the whole nine. Another main point to make your intro way better than it actually is with just a simple step is static shots. Get away from static shots. Static shots lose people's retention. Camera movement in any kind of video keeps people's attention, and it keeps them watching more because they feel like they're physically with the video. I know that might not make sense in your head, but in my head, that makes perfect sense, because movement would catch my attention off the bat, and I would want to keep watching to see what's going to happen next. Another main point you want to do is you want to ask yourself when you're editing, either, it doesn't matter if you're just doing video, if you're doing sound effects, if you're doing, you know, lens flares, overlays, doesn't matter. You need to ask yourself, would I stop scrolling for this video? Basically, you want to like tease the value and the viewer to be like, okay, I've seen snippets of this. What would the whole thing look like? Let me keep watching. Another big point is music. Music is a huge deal breaker in this. You want to have it quick. You want to have beat drop after beat drop. You know, maybe every beat drop there's a new clip, catch people's attention, throw transitions on that. You just want to make sure everything aligns perfect. You basically want to create curiosity from the viewer's perspective and then want to make them watch the rest of your video. I know this sounds so simple when I'm explaining it, but this actually it's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. All right, here we are in Premiere Pro. We have our timeline right here. This is basically all of the new intro that we're gonna do. Obviously S-Log, so here's some of the clips. And then kind of already put some text on it, but this is what the end product will look like. Just to give you an example. Alright, I don't know about you, but that definitely caught my attention, so let me show you how to make it. Alright, starting off first, we have all of our clips. We got a mixture. I filmed this team before in baseball, not just at their facility. So definitely want to start off with a player just to get a basis of what we are watching. Obviously, we understand it's baseball right off the bat, you know, player walking to the plate, already some tension building, and yeah. So after that, kind of got their facility right here, grind logo of the facility. And then we roll into a pitch, already throwing basically to my boy Nick, strikeout, and then very seamless. It's moving very fast paced. So we got a strikeout, and then we're moving into the facility again, the arm barn where the pitching lab is, back to another already swinging clip just to keep that attention going. And then we are moving into another moving shot. And I know you guys probably are like, well, these shots aren't moving, Paulie. Yes, I know, obviously. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but there's a purpose for that. Obviously, filming is different, but here we go. This is a great one. I love this shot right here. Just their trophies, you know, quick little pan, and then same with the logo, quick little pan around. And then a gimbal shot right here of the team before they go out to the field down in West Palm this past September. So kind of just me backing up slow, and then bang, the logo. Kind of, you know, some what it is behind the grind, a Brandon Story driven documentary. Let's break the whole thing down. All right, first we definitely need an adjustment layer of color to bring this back to life. So let's do that real quick. right, got the conversion on there. Creative. All right, bang, ready to rock. Got the creative LUT on there along with the Rec 709 LUT. Now everything is brought back to life on what it should look like. So based on this, we have our music as right here. I think the music catches a ton of attention, and I think this definitely makes over 75% of the video catchy. So let's take a listen. All right, so basically, if you're listening to that, you hear first off a big beat drop after about 0.5 seconds or 0.25, whatever it is. Very quick, catches my attention right off the bat. If I was to scroll, I would hear doop, and then that's gonna make you keep watching. And then once you get to the second beat drop, they start to get right here very, very quick. Like you got, I mean, right here under a second, you've got, what is that on the timeline? 2 seconds. At 2 seconds, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beat drops in under 2 seconds. Like it's very, very fast, and obviously these clips are all aligned to the beat drop, just, you know, makes more sense visually. And then yeah, so let's add the next part. All right, so right here I've already started it, but got a quick adjustment, another adjustment clip. I do 4 frames. You could do however long you want. I just think 4 is cool. So if you can see the screen, obviously a little movement, and you're probably asking, well, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? All right, here we go. Very simple. Let me make another one, copy it, and make sure it's in the middle. Directional blur, we're gonna delete this one and start from scratch. Directional blur, drag, drop, down. All right, now here's where the sauce is. Very simple, but it's so good, and it makes such a big difference. So we are going to hit the clock, and then, I mean, you could either do like, you could start with blur, it doesn't matter. This is all like personal opinion, but I like starting with like a little blur, and then maybe move to like 130. This is all like opinion based, but I think this looks the best. So 90 we're starting at, and then definitely want a little movement. So let's go to like 260. All right. So right there, you could already see we got a little movement right here. It's pretty good. Definitely gives me a little shake, like, whoo, okay, into the next clip. And then one thing I would like is like, these are not the tech, they look very similar, but they're not the same. So we definitely want to make sure all these are different in some kind of capacity. So let's just drag and drop, copy, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 4, and then let's take off the clocks, redo them. All right, start with like 10, and then we'll work over to like 75. All right, bang. All right, we're gonna start at like 175 direction, and then we are going to work downward this time to 13. So that definitely gives it a different shake effect, which that's what I'm going for. I want everything to be different. So that one gives a little different shake. So this is what we got so far. Obviously the music, let's play the music. All right, bang. So let's repeat this process for every clip. All right, so basically we've got 2 steps done. We've got the music, obviously on the timeline. I think you should always edit to the music. I think that's the easiest. And then the second one is all these little 4 frame transitions. Just simple, effective, you know, gives a good effect of into the next scene. So now let's add some sauce. Effects, transform, right here. Well, let me go back actually. So basically you're probably watching this video, and let's watch it back just with this. Alright, obviously I didn't render that, but you get the gist. So this, like I was going back to before, is all the movement, this is where the sauce is added. So basically, this is obviously a static shot. I kind of want everything zooming in to catch the viewer's attention, like it's sucking them into the video. So you want to add transform, scale, go to the end. You want to go like right here. I always do auto. So let's see what this does already. already building tension. So you could do, it doesn't really matter, you can go however close you want, but I think something like this looks really good. Just slow zoom in. Obviously plenty of room down here, plenty of room up here, and then we are at the end of the clip right here, and then we are kind of, you know, getting sucked into a baseball player, realizing it's a baseball, walking up to the plate, and taking a bat. So definitely catches my attention. And then bang, we got a little transition, caught my attention again with the beat drop, but I have my volume muted. And then we're basically just gonna do the same thing here as well. So we're gonna go scale, drag to the end. All right, I think this one should go this way. Probably this, it's a little too much right here. Auto, okay, bang, there we go. So see how it's getting that little, let's turn on the music. Yep, all right, bang. Right here, very zoom in to the Grind logo, very fast. Almost looks like I'm running up toward it, but I'm actually not, doing it in post. Another attention grabbing, because now we realize this is Grind Baseball. We've established baseball player, okay. You can see his logo kind of right there, but can't really tell what it is. And then bang, Grind Baseball. Okay, we realize this is a Grind Baseball player video. And then obviously we will just repeat all these steps. So we will speed this up. All right, sweet. All the transform effect. Obviously there's probably an easier way to do that, but I like doing every clip, especially when it's just small clips like this. So we got all three things added. We got obviously the most important, the music makes 75% of the video. Already, we got our small little transitions that could go either way, just kind of your touch. Just basically 4 frames over your clip, kind of giving that effect. And then we got the transform effect, just to zoom in, you know, really want to suck in the viewer to the video and get their attention. So let's kind of see what we got. All right, I don't know about you, but that definitely looks a lot better than this right here. So this is what we started with right here. And then we went to this. I mean, this part right here, when it gets very, very quick, I think that is definitely that's the best part, because like, it just gets quicker, 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 and then their logo pops up. So right here, I think is the best part, and that is the most crucial, because watch how everything is like moving. Everything's moving a different way and zooming in at the same time. So it just creates this really cool, like seamless effect, along with these little transitions down here. Looks pretty good to me. I think it looks sick. Obviously we did a documentary series up in Connecticut, so this whole timeline was filled with just clips of them talking, answering questions, talking about the grind. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Seems pretty simple, but I think it adds a great touch. Just makes the video a ton better. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. We are posting every week on YouTube for 2026. That's a goal of mine, so gotta hold myself accountable. So I thought this week would be good, because I just recently worked on this project and I thought it was cool, you know, share it, drop some game, and yeah, hope you all kill 2026. On to the next.